Now, the Fed has raised interest rates since last we spoke. I believe it was several months ago. They've raised their first rate hike of the year, projected to raise several more times. I've been hearing a range of estimates as to how many times they're actually going to raise. Realistically, Lyn, how far can they go in terms of rate hikes?
I think until they break something. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I think, so going back, I've been on the inflation side for a few years now.
That's right.
And funny thing is, I'm surprised by the speed with the inflation we got. I mean, part of it, when you add a war to the mix that was not, necessarily anticipated by me or a lot of other people, or at least not at this time frame or in the scale, that certainly adds inflationary force to it. And so the Fed being more hawkish than expected. But if you look at, say, where inflation is and where rates are, in some ways, they're the most dovish they've ever been.
That's right.
The biggest disconnect between rates and inflation since 1951. And so I think their clear mandate is to try to tighten. And the hard part for them is that they have a horrible track record of tightening into a decelerating economy, right? So if they tighten while PMIs are rising, they generally have a better shot of getting some decent gains there. Whereas if they're trying to tighten into a slowing economy, that's kind of the recipe for disaster. That's kind of when you ran into in late 2018. And so they're kind of running in that same environment now, but of course inflation is much higher. So I don't know exactly how far they're going to get, but I'm going to take the under on whatever consensus is for how far they're going to get.